what? Let's see if the lighting gets a little better with that. There. I see a little. Wait, there it is. I see a little silhouette of a man. Got a moose, got a moose. Will you do the fandango? Nothing in particular. Nothing in particular. What do you do all day long? Nothing in particular. All day long. All right. Sorry about the lighting. Nothing in particular. Anyway, so sorry about the lighting. Lighting is horrible. So it's been a couple days since I made the video you guys are getting ready to watch. Unfortunately, I was on fire that day. My DM, my ex-DM now, she, I probably should put the voice mode she left me up on here. But I go in there, I explain it. I'm a little more calmer now. And try to put this video up for you guys to watch. This is going to be a really short video because I just got a rant. I literally, as you guys all know, I'm back at, yeah, you can probably see my pimple I have going on there. I thought when you get my age, you don't have pimples anymore. And then stupid things. No, I stopped this stuff inside and see if this works. Bam! Worked. Anyway, I got to rant a little bit. I'm in a TA shower. Huh. First time I've taken a TA shower. It's kind of nice. But, whew. Alright, let me start. Alright, my all-time, I'm going to stand here, get this light out. My all-time highest mileage in any truck, whether it be Knight or England, is 688, I think, 688 miles in one drive shift, 11 hours. I never really tried in England. Last night I just hit 652. 652 miles in England, in an England truck that goes 62 miles an hour. 62 miles an hour. But anyway, so I'm a trainer now, and I wanted to put up a video before I put this one up. Just kind of going through my whole training. Since, you know, it's awesome that you guys have followed me this far. But yeah, there won't be any editing. I'm gonna put this video right up, so there won't be any editing to this. So yeah, you're gonna see me when I went over here. But anyway, so I get to it, and my DM, my original DM I had, something happened. He allegedly quit or something. He probably got fired or he got a better job or something. So I got a new DM, and I talked to her yesterday. And I talk a lot, and for you guys that have met me out out in the street and in different places, and thank you guys, man. You guys have been totally awesome. Thanks for coming up and saying hi. I mean, it feels so good when somebody recognizes you. Actually, there was a gentleman last night. He comes up to me, like, and we were at a shipper. And I've never run into anybody at a shipper that knew me. So I'm at the shipper, and he's like, "So how's Knight going?" And I'm like, "How do you know me?" And he's like, "I'll watch your videos." I'm like, "Oh," I'm like, "You're the first one." So sorry I didn't get your name, man, but what's up? But anyway, so I get this new DM, and I'm talking to her yesterday, and everybody has people types. I like to think that I'm the most individual me in the world, but trust me, there's someone else or 15 other people just like me somewhere out there. I like to meet one day. It'd be kind of fun. So anyway, so I talked to my DM for the first time, like the welcome call, and she told me I should like to keep people moving, and I could tell the type of person she was. And yeah, I got to dip in too, because my nerves are at a 10. They're normally at a -2. Right now they're at a 10. Hey, and if anybody could tell me what that new 100% is everybody's putting in, I have no clue what the 100% thing is. But anyway, so she calls me, we talk, and I have managed a lot of people in my lifetime, a lot. I mean, from restaurants to real estate, both professionally and personally, owning my own businesses. I've never once went to somebody and said, I am your boss. So she did that to me, and I was like, ooh, yeah, this one's going to be bad. So I'm like, I'm going to try to be as nice as I possibly can to her. So that was yesterday or day before yesterday. Maybe it was day before yesterday. So today I called her because for you guys that understand the drive clock, you can drive 70 hours in the week, 14 hours per day, and 11 hours actually driving, 14 hours on duty. So my student, he only has like a little over 3 hours left, and he'd already been in the sleeper for 13 hours. So I figured, I'm like, you know what, you might as well go ahead and reset, because once we're early on this load anyway, like I'm always early, but knock on wood. But so I was explaining to her, I'm like, Lynn's her name, and I'm throwing her out there, I don't care, because you yelled at me, I'm mad at you. Lynn Smith, you guys get Lynn Smith? Good luck. But anyway, so she, I guess she lets hazard drivers moving all the time, which is good, but I don't know. So I got a phone with her, and I'm like, told her, what's going on, where we're at. I'm like, you know what, I drove 600 and whatever miles yesterday, and I'm sure that's pretty high in the entire fleet. But so and then I was getting ready to explain to her that about my co-driver or my student, and letting her know that he's out of hours, and it made no sense for him to drive today because we're 9 hours away from our drop, and he only has 3 hours of drive time, and I got to be in sleeper for 11 or 10. So it just made no sense. He might as well just stay in sleeper. We do one sleeper shift, and then I do my drive shift. The load's delivered. He's reset. Everybody's happy. We keep going. And so I said to her, I'm like, well, I'm gonna keep. He's gonna reset, and she's like, I already told you, no one in my fleet resets. I don't have people resetting my fleet. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, stop the bus right there. I'm like, you need to understand that I am an adult. I'm a 40-year-old man. I'm like, I am an adult. You talk to me like I'm an adult. And she's like, well, no, I already told you day before yesterday that no one, resets in my thing. I keep people moving, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, so I started yelling back at her, because for me, yelling is my very last defense. Like, once I start yelling, like, I know when people yell, they're not thinking, with their mind, or I know there's something else I should put there. They're not thinking with, not reasonably thinking. They're just yelling. So I know when I start to yell that I'm not reasonably thinking. So I started yelling at her, and I told her, you know what? I'm going to drop this load, and I will drop your truck off back in Utah. I'll drive straight to Utah from Washington. So, and I hung up on her. So she calls me back, and I told her, I'm like, listen, Sierra England does not pay for this phone. You do not have the right to call it. Do not call this phone anymore. Hung up on her again. She calls me back. I go, ma'am, listen to me very clearly. You do not have the okay from me, the owner, the person that pays for this phone, to use this phone number. Do not call it back. Hung up again. What'd she do? She called me back. I'm like, you know what? Now my student's sitting here, and he has witnessed you call me 2 times now after I told you not to. So now there will be a police report about you harassing me. And then I hung up on her again. She didn't call. So I called in and got her boss's name, and and then some guy called me back. Like, I left a voicemail for him, and then some guy called me back a couple minutes later, and I was thinking it was him. And he calls me, and he's like, and I start trying to explain the story to him very reasonably, calm like I am now, like I always am. And he starts going, he's like, do you want me to call the police on you? Or you're over your time. I'm like, dude, I'm not over my time. I've shut down a minute before my time was up. He's like, well, I can call the police on you. And I was like, well, you're crazy. So I hung up on him. So I called back, and then thinking that was her boss, I try to get his boss's information. And she ended up giving me some other guy's voicemail. I left him a voicemail. So when I hung up that call, the guy that I thought called me back. And I'm like, didn't I just talk to you? And he's like, no. I'm like, well, I just talked to some other dude who threatened to call the police on me for no reason whatsoever. He's like, oh, he goes, I can see your logs are not updated. He must have flipped out before he, went through. I'm like, yeah, you could have said, hey, where are you at right now? What's your situation? And I would have said, I'm off duty. I'm in sleeper. Because when we talked, I mean, I was literally sitting in the bunk, and my student was sitting in the passenger seat. I wasn't even near the steering wheel, and he's like starting to yell at me, so I hung up on him. So, but Alan, I think the guy's name is Alan, is her boss. He was totally cool, level-headed, and he's like, okay, he goes, I'm going to talk to the other parties about what happened. He goes, are you cool? I'm like, I'm cool. I don't know if what my student just witnessed is going to warrant him staying, because I mean, he pretty much already said it. After dealing with that, he's like, dude, I'm not making any money to be dealing with somebody talking to me like I'm a 5-year-old. And I'm like, So I told him that. I'm like, look, I'm cool. I'm like, but I don't know what's going on with my student. I'm like, I will try to talk to him and whatever. So that's what's going on with me. I'm gonna go take a shower because I need one. And I told him, I'm like, he goes, well, I'll talk to your DM. And I'm like, well, listen, I need a new DM because she's already soured our relationship, and I don't want to work with her anymore. So he's gonna give me a new DM. So that's what's going on. Throw your comments in below, asking questions. I'm still a little hot, so if that story made no sense, it's because I'm still, I'm literally still shaking. And I don't get upset. Do not get upset. It's my number one thing in life. My wife thinks that, she'll literally come up and check my pulse to make sure I'm still breathing, because I don't get upset about things. And I am fuming right now. So there you have it. I have a new DM now. Only thing sucks is I'm stuck here because what do I always do? I'm always early. Always. I mean, knock on wood. I don't know. I drive. And we all know what I do. I keep my left door closed, my right foot down. This is what I do. Only when it's safe. And I'm here in Washington. I picked up in Wisconsin 2 days ago, whatever. And I'm here in Washington for my drop. And my drop is Monday morning at 6 o'clock a.m. And I got here Saturday morning at 6 a.m. So I'm 48 hours early. And they won't accept early, and so I'm stuck sitting here because allegedly, according to the weekend DM, there's no loads in this area. So I don't know what's going on, but that's where it is. Stay tuned for more video. As always, go YouTube yourself, and we'll keep the left door closed, right foot down, only when it's safe. Get the miles, guys. Get paid.
Sure, using extra hand, doing nothing in particular.